In the beginning, we were born. Then we grew. Everything we knew was new.
Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Then we see the world through different eyes. Realize it's all fairy tales and blue skies. Everyone is wearing a mask in disguise, covering up their issues with betrayals and lies. As we wish we could see through our childhood eyes. I ask you, I ask you, are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread that love? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Everything we knew and everything we're taught. I guess we all had bigger problems than the one we saw. The battles that were won and the fights that were fought. We never absorbed all the hate and distraught. Spread that love. So spread that love. Are you gonna spread love or hate? Together and let each other in, or feed in temptation and ultimate sin, to learn what we didn't learn right from the start, because nowhere was place in my heart for hate. As we wish you could see through our childhood eyes once again, I ask you, spread love, spread love or hate. Love, spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love or hate. Love.
Do it to it. Ow! Welcome to another awesome edition of Open Minds Open Mic. It's another Friday night, and we have a delight for you tonight in the form of yet another wacky edition of Open Mic Shenanigans. But we have a killer feature lined up in the form of one Jackson Riley. And for anybody here who isn't familiar with Jackson here, get ready, because he's going to blow your mind open. Get ready. Buckle up. We're going to have a fantastic voyage starting now. With that said, we posted the list for the performers in the group chat, so follow along. I'll be posting that as we go throughout the night. With that said, let's jump right into it. On deck, we'll have Alma Garcia, but kicking things off tonight, please give it up for Thomas Open Minds. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hello, welcome to the circus, which is open minds, and which is the theme for next week's Come As You Are, hosted by C. Santos and Jackson Riley. And since Jackson is featuring tonight, I'm going to read the first poem that I wrote at the first inaugural episode of Come As You Are, and then I will read the one that I wrote yesterday at Come As You Are. So, this first piece, I went off the prompt, Dear Reflection, and it goes like this. Hey, you, I see you seeing me, believing in we, my sweet, dearest reflection. It seems these years have left a progression on this face of ours. So many hours we spent wasted on contemplation of these lines, wrapped tightly around our mind. I'm glad to see you're doing fine. The times you were sad were hard for me. We finally seem to be breaking free from the trauma we have sailed in, the failures that derailed us. I'm so glad we can look into each other's eyes once more without crying or feeling remorse for not accomplishing a better score. I'm sorry that your back is sore. As you know, it's been a rough life. Thank you for being right by my side. Even when you hide from this reflection, trying to ignore our imperfections, I feel blessed when we are both on the same page. Let's spread love and dodge the grave. Maybe play a montage of all our victories in lieu of pain. I'm glad we are the same. You get me. I hope you never forget we. When I step away from this glass, Keep up, keep us in your mind as all the time passes us by. That was written at the first Come As You Are, and this was written yesterday. And the prompt here was like, talk about a potion, like making a potion. So yeah, I'm floating the notion of brewing up a potion by coating this toad skin with sin that flowed in from the ocean. My promotion from the alchemist allows me to twist a list of ingredients into an elixir for the deviants. My mixer is filled with regents I stole from a mean witch, including, but not limited to, 22 clean and enriched spiders who glitch at the sight of the rabbit's breath I loaded into the soda fizz. I then mixed in 2 frog legs I plucked from a long jungle-encoded hallway. The way home was a struggle because I took the toasted way. It allowed for the moon to imbue this brew that I'm mixing. Trying to feel uplifted, I took a grip of purple flowers I found drifting in and out of this third-dimensional space we're all trying to claw out of. I heard intentional bass vibrating in such a way it made some space worms come out to play. I tossed them into the pot and made my way to the next stop, then got lost, trying to pluck a star from the sky. Why, you ask? Not for the potion, but to fill my flask with emotions. See, these things take some time. Planets need to align, fluids free to dissolve, then settle into resolution, evolve into the best state of being, mixing with the rest of the ingredients, becoming this test of my disgusting nothing you see in this sludge, this fudge tasting, mind erasing, time displacing potion I'm misplacing in the worst place I've seen to inspire the higher beings in my dreams. Peace.
At this time, please give it up for Thomas Open Minds. Yeah, dude.
Thomas.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Woo! That was a solid way of also promoting one of our beloved new platforms, Come As You Are, and that's every Thursday at 6 p.m. in this very Zoom room, co-hosted by Jackson Riley and C. Santos. Um, I wish I'm able to personally tune in live, but work has me closing every Thursday night, so I just do what I can and tune in whenever it's on YouTube. Uh, with that said, check it out. Tell them that Stray sent you, and Thomas, and everybody here. One more time, get it for Thomas. All right. We're going to keep the shindig rolling. On deck, we have Principe, but stepping up to the plate now, please give it up for the lovely Alma Garcia. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Thank you, Drake. I did want to say I really like the rhythm of that poem and the tone. It had a very smooth jazz vibe. Okay. So here goes. This is new shit as per usual. This one is called CC. Don't worry, darling, see me with my skull wet dream and my well high tide dripping from ceiling beam and my stone bled lean boned stride crime scene and my blood all obscenely burst through the seams and caked on the sidewalks for all to see and my brain red rose and my eyes pride camera phone click open close I remember it all because remembering is free and I am all mine. See with my cheeks sugar brown silt soil sand seed and my smile wide jaws eat me and my castaway tongue and my star-scorched sight of the sea from the fisherman's boat afloat on the moon to the morn with the doves morning love in the sun with the soft cuckoo guts and proud crip tottera hide and my fog-wired walls and my at war vibes and my great big arms and my hell horse stride. I am all mine. With my heart served salt for the king and my corn and my tail and my entrails shucked clean and my ears all shell of ocean breeze and my husk sleeve lost cast off in the evening wind like broken things and my flowers, oh, my flowers, wild, long-legged weeds, and my will still grass green, and my teeth born sharp, and my growl grown mean. I am all mine. See. Poem.
Oh, I love the singing in it and just
Everybody, please give it up for Alma Garcia at this time.
Never heard anything like that before. That was wow.
Right, that was a ride. That was wonderful. So creative, beautifully performed. Thank you for that.
Should I say it now?
Say what?
Should you say what?
Okay. Well, maybe I'm spoiling a little something, but Sunday, October 20th.
Yes, say it.
Okay, cool. So, Alma Garcia through Quill and Crow Publishing is going to be hosting me as a feature 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Instagram. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. So I was given what, a half hour or so?
So yeah, so it's going to be a poetry feature, and there will be like a little tiny open mic portion. It's not very long, but if you can make it there between the hours of 8 and 9, if you get on the open mic, you are entered to win a free paperback copy of my most recent collection and Dre's Zine. I might make it just comments because it's such a little time for the open mic that I don't even know who's gonna get on, but yeah, you can win stuff.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Everybody's going to be a winner because I guess my poetry is worth something in people's eyes.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, for sure.
Anyway,
Absolutely. And you said
So-
this is this Sun? Did she say Sunday? Did you say Sunday?
Sunday the 20th. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
It'll be
Okay.
Sunday, October 20th. I will be posting a promo on the Quill and Crow page. We're at Quill and Crow Publishing House on Instagram.
And this Sunday, we're actually having the first episode of Adam and Ink, hosted by Whisper Poet and Catalyst. And our guest is going to be Moody Black. And yeah, that's going to be dope. I believe it's 1 p.m. Eastern for that one. So this same Zoom room, check it out. Check us on Instagram for more information on that. Yeah, it's going to be a new show we're launching. It's going to be pretty dope. And then the following Sunday, we'll have another cool guest. And then after that, we'll go head over and watch Dre feature.
It's going to be a fun time. Looking forward to it. But I'm also looking forward to the rest of this show. With that said, we're going to segue right into it. On deck, we got Lantern Carrier. But step into the plate now. Please give it up for Principe. Unmute to take it away when you are ready.
The first one is called Wildfires. This world is as of a hot as those yearly wildfires, so hot that the news is the match, sparking and spreading redness everywhere, melting, melting, melting the current world away. Red dotted ciphers in the undercurrent rattle off political messages. Unlike wildfire, there are no fighters. There's political ploys, shooting darts of mischief. Too many pumpkin heads not seeing the code red because we are blinded children, fearing one or the other. Or the other. Why do we lay in this bed of wildfires? I'm gonna read one more. One of these
Totally.
days, I will be in a distant destination. There's destined for me alone. I will sit from the lemonade, bright sky in the morning of my life, that is. One of these days, I will be at the New York Times, not leaving behind the future years. Right now, I'm a deer in front of the green light. Yet, one of these days, I won't be. I'll be all that I conjured up to be. Be on my Tech 9, not on the dotted line. One of these days, I will be wrapped in a new life. Everything I want will happen one of these days. Thank you.
Thank you, Principe. Everybody, please unmute and give it up for the man at this time, Principe.
Yeah,
Principe.
Principe Giddy Jr.,
Yeah.
get it. One of these days is going to be a lot sooner than you think, man. You're going to get everything you deserve in life because you're just an amazing soul, man. Like,
I was able to catch you at the end of New Eureka last night, and I just want to keep on echoing what Elemental and what others here have seen, and it's just this growth in you as a writer and you as a performer, and I feel it, I see it, and it's just really awesome to see the comparison from like Principe a year ago and Principe now. So I just want to just
yeah,
keep giving you
Principe's
the
been,
motivation. and
With
just
Open
keep pushing
Minds since the
forward.
beginning. So for about 3 years now, I've watched Prince Pete grow into this just amazing poet, amazing person that he is, man. And yeah, keep that pen on fire, and make sure you guys follow him on Instagram because he always posts poetry videos, and it's so dope.
And with that said, one more time, give it up for Principe. All right. As we're styling along here with this show, we have two more performers before we get to the feature. On deck, we have Nemo Soom. But stepping up to the plate now, please give it up for Lantern Carrier. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Muchísimas gracias, Thomas and Dre, and my fellow poets, and kudos to those who came before me and will come after, including Feature, who has the potential to be on fire. Right. The spirit of the sword. Honor permeates a glint of razor sharpness and blinding speed. Some will die to preserve this code, and Tesoro almost lost his life for it. Yet technical and spiritual mastery was the ultimate victory. Numerous tales were told over centuries about the spirit of swordsmanship, of how to preserve this craft, the sword's strength, and how to die with honor while protecting it. Deftness and skill were legendary, and the art of precision was written on scrolls, sometimes hidden in caves. Nakamura died upholding this tradition. His son Tesoro, traveling the Central Plains, fighting to collect the other famed swords to fulfill the wish of his dying sensei. For the enthusiast, the right mental attitude was essential, as well as numerous forms and katas. Tesoro was of undaunting courage and at the peak of fluidity and excellence. His free flow of spiritual harmony was second to none, and the rigorous training ultimately enabled the sensei and sword to blend like one, like the brook does with the river, like the chi to Mother Gaia, in a most harmonious repose and splendor. Swordsmanship is dipped in character molding rituals, the glory of love, of balance, of sacrifice, as well as mutual trust and respect for one's opponent. Forging of the blade is godlike, with prayers being said, trials in combat, and the evoking of the Tao, which enables one to lightfoot or ascend like the falcon, with elegance and grace of gliding maneuvers, like a bevy of eagles swift in flight, with immaculate timing. The light of the sword, like adversity, is a tool in the hands of the supreme alchemist. The sharp blades of corporate greed, fences, thrusting and dodging, using feints and trickery with remorse, bobbing and weaving like Joe Fraser, evading the shield of empathy, concern, and compassion sent their way by the messengers of light, of swordsmanship. This is so unfortunate for the hapless many. Yet the sword, a product of lava, remains unyielding, wielding poisonous edges, viruses, tornadoes, tsunamis, and conflicts to transform my callousness and complacency into prayers of love divine. Love's sword is like a candle in the darkness, like Zatoichi, though blind, yet full of the spirit of sacrifice and extremely heightened senses, more than enough to drive the enemy away. Love drips, though, like raindrops, as such our earthly garden takes time to be fertilized and harvested. Life struggles are seemingly the uncomely sides of swords that direct the energies against Mother Gaia, against us. They slash across the heavenly blue with toxic flares, dig at the earth for hidden bunkers. Yet I repeatedly deny their invaluable lessons, unable to discern love's capacity to transform, of knowing that it will always be in charge of its own creation. Light works like a spiritual sword, cutting into the veils of darkness, ascending on the blazing fire of the breath of love. The sword of the Spirit is compassion, hidden on the sharp edges of justice, removing the sediments of greed, ego, and desires, restoring the soul's delight. Nakamura died for the spirit of the sword. Let us protect that spirit, the quintessence in all sentient and non-sentient beings, created on wings of light for the swordsmanship of the eternal. Lantern Carrier. Thank you.
Thank you, Lantern Carrier. Everybody, please unmute and give it up for the man, Lantern Carrier.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was
dude.
powerful.
Yeah.
I really like that piece. That was a journey. I love the way you used the metaphor of the sword and just the different aspects of sword fighting and creating the sword and all, and tying it back into the lessons of life and enlightenment. Like that was,
I know you were listening, my brother.
yeah. That I love that one. That one was really good, man.
I swear, like each page of Lantern Carrier poetry, if it were to be torn off from a book, it would just blow itself up into a magic carpet and just take us for a voyage. Because that's how it feels like every time I listen to Lantern Carrier. It is like a magic carpet ride, and it's beautiful. I love it, and I love you, man.
Me too, man.
Much-
Love you guys. Love you guys.
Much appreciated. One more time, give from Lantern Carrier.
Yes, brother.
All right. So with that said, we're gonna keep the shindig rolling. We are one poet away from the future. So with that said, on deck we got the heavy hitting Jackson Riley taking his swings in the on deck circle. But step up to the plate now. Please get up for Nemo Soom. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Thank you. Everybody's on fire tonight, and I cannot wait, Jackson, for your feature. I've been putting the micro poems into longer sequences, so I've got 3 of them now. I may have done this one here before, but here we go. How can I let you see the demon who lives inside of me? If you stand close enough, will you hear what he whispers? How can I let him smile at you when I know what that grin does to me? If I were to reach for your hand right now, would it be my fingers finding you or his? I saw a vision of my parents as I imagined them as a child, like smiling ghosts at the end of the film. And all was good, and all was forgiven, and my heart leapt like finding home at last, like seeing the face of a loved one, like something real instead of phantoms, instead of the dreams of little boys, instead of something I created to try to make some sense of my broken family. Dancing demons kick dust into clouds of little knives that hang in the howling air full of notes running backwards, awkwards, upside down. I went back to a place I'd lived before, fully expecting to find a haunted house, but there was nothing. I found out the river came one day and took all the houses and the street. And if there were any ghosts, they must have been swept away. The sky isn't quite so red these days here in the Demon City. It's still always third shift, but it ends 5 minutes earlier on Thursdays in odd-numbered months. The witch doctor shakes, standing by the dying fire and wonders what value he has, now that his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. No farmer, miller, smith, or haberdasher, he cannot count more than the holy numbers. He doesn't know how to calm a horse or weave a basket. He isn't the best dancer in town, and he's only ever read scripture. He's never dug a ditch or bound a wound, never carried water from the well, never baked bread. He has never circled his opponent with a bronze sword clutched in his iron grip, waiting for the metallic tang of blood in his teeth. The witch doctor trembles standing by the dying fire and wonders what value he has, now that his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. The devil fancies himself a poet. Endless verses slip like serpents from his lips, spitting lyrics. Thank you.
Yay,
That ending,
Nemo.
though. Everybody, please give it up for Nemo Soom at this time.
Woo!
Yes,
Nemo!
Nemo. Hell yeah.
Nemo! Sorry I was late. I had to run out back so my wife could hear you spit that piece. So, yeah. That was fucking awesome, man. We love you, brother.
Always
Most
an awesome
inspirational
time
poet.
of North Carolina. Am I right? Everybody, one more time, get up for Nemo Soom.
Woo!
All right. So we got the first 5 poets out of the way, and now we are going to delve into our feature of the evening. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, time to get ready for our main event. With that said, this cat Jackson Riley's been bursting into the scene. I first heard of him from one of the earliest episodes of the Slam Jam, and he just since then has just been continuously blowing our minds, and it's just been putting in the work. Other people have been seeing it. Other people have been believing in it and believing in him, and there's like all the reasons to believe in him with the collabs he's been doing with CP Mays and Kazi Kaz and a couple others that I may not be aware of. All I gotta say is this kid's got his shades on right now because the future's looking bright. With that said, it is a pleasure, a delight to have at this time our main event here, the feature of Open Minds, Open Mic tonight, Jackson Riley. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Oh, what an introduction. That's so very generous of you. Making me a little emotional over here. I have a set prepared. It's several different poems in quick succession, just as one kind of stream of consciousness, word vomit. And I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to perform this for y'all. Some of it is sourced from a collection I posted in 8 installments earlier last year, called Abstract Lithium Factory. I have an entire website that or kind of a blog, a Substack that I use to post my writing to. I post poetry, I post fiction, I post whatever I'm thinking about. So I'm going to link that in the chat and then just get on with it. All right. I'm beautiful from a distance. My colors are delicious. I'm no bigger than a bread box. I swear I'm not malicious, but touch me, and I hope you know the price of that decision. Know my predilection. I pray that you're religious. Don't say I didn't warn you. I don't need your forgiveness. Pick your venom. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's the same end. I believe free will is a sin. I mean, a fallacy. After all, I never chose this grim burden. After all, that would make no sense since I do want to be your friend. But I don't want to see you end. But it's either me or them. So love me from a distance, and I'll try my best to grin. Sometimes cigars are just cigars. Like Freud said, a boy turned man still sleeping in mom's bed. Sometimes I pine over the fact that I'm not dead. I'm well read, I'm educated, full of enough cred, abilities to command synthetic symmetry. It's humbling, the essential part of me nobody likes to see. When it rears its head, everyone is an enemy. They're filled with enmity. The animus is on a CD that looms on loop in the back of my brain electronically. I'm hopelessly paralyzed. I know there's something wrong with the way I feel about everything. I plead what is wrong with me as blaring siren peal repeals my rationality. Can I hope for change? And is it fixable, this part of me? The place, the thing, and I always hate not knowing how to be. I'm sentient, fully aware, and beginning to see exactly how I smile and wave to hide misplaced anxiety. I shouldn't be around other people. I'm a flight risk, subtly climbing in their head and hiding there like a benign cyst. It's devilish, I'm charming, but I'm also selfish. If I sell fish, I'm fishing my hand in the charity jar for $1.06. Why should it go to them anyway when they don't pay rent? I've given enough to hospitals. At this point, it's ridiculous that I should break my back to piss away my hard-earned bucks to this. I have a sixth sense that says I shouldn't give my 6 cents to sick kids. My neurons fire across crisscrossed lattices. I follow up cogent thought with non sequitur tangents. It's uncanny how I link things and expect others to manage or even fathom the fathoms deep hair holes of a mind manic. But here I go again. So why don't you all take a pass at stepping a beat inside my head as I step through the looking glass? I'm not a rapper. I'm a poet. I'm a word adapter, a hapless addict to rapping seamless syntax that doesn't tatter, but never sees the light of day. It's lightning that I'm after as I seize the swirling seas in my head comprised of idle chatter. I seldom canter, I air pedantic. I'm after a calling beyond a spot in the echo chambers of mindless chowder. Let's right away cut to the lean soul and write rhymes fatter than mad lads leaping high off of tall ladders, their ankles shattered. But all this style, with no substance, contains no heart, no candor. It's by and large the same. Empty drivel passing for witty banter. If I could dribble just a moment on this tangent matter, rhyming for the sake of style proves no easy endeavor, but only with the touch of a deft hand, light as a feather, may it come together all at the very end, and for that be better. But even the best distractions must retire. When the thrill is gone, life returns with a tire iron. I'm convinced that in a past go, I must have played with fire and stoked the ire of a being higher than I after inhaling a rail of barbed wire. The bump leaves me elated. Glory, sings the choir. It has its eyes on me, but I'm too goddamn tired. My vision narrows and I cannot seem to sire a plan to emerge victorious from the quagmire. What can I say? Self-amnesty is hard for me. In my cardboard packaging, grace came hardly. I was dropped a drop on the doorstep of a house party where I graced a happy home, a most unfortunate adoptee. What's the point of getting good things given heartily when for some non-inchoate part of me, my success is not what it wants to see? I've lost morale before, but these wounds bleed mortally. I'm morally opposed to not stopping the problem, but the problem's me. Hello, how are you? I'm pleased to meet you so cordially. You can call me Icarus. Please avail yourself of my canopy. From my perch, I view the earth with utter apathy. Colors and shapes I don't relate to threaten my sanity. I'm not really a part of this world, only partially. Insofar as my being here, bereft of any sincerity, can seriously be considered as more than anomaly and verily. Is he a waste of imparity, he who cares nothing for his own posterity? I've given myself too many reasons for new austerity. My own polarity pollutes my life with too much severity, self-barbarity of endless temerity and asperity. Hospice can provide me no care. I mean, this is verity. If this is really it for me, there is no angularity. I understand the decision to cease my cellularity. And if things do go that way, I can tender meager clarity in the form of 4 more pseudo-sonnets offered voluntarily. I cannot hope to cope with what I cannot understand. With these fledgling fostered feelings, I'm a fish on dry land. With no shadow of a doubt, I've never felt like this before. A modicum, a sliver, never anything more. I'd love to elucidate what I'm feeling now at present. It's awesome, electric, and I'm anything but reticent to speak a volume's worth of words to this beautiful creature. I'm in shock. I can't breathe. My heart's pounding. I'm eager to be around her again and spend with her more time. But I feel nervous. I'm sweating, just talking to this dime. Her eyes, they are rubies glittering o'er a gold mine. Her lips, they are candy. In the moonlight they shine, and she stuns me, she floors me. I've not words enough to rhyme, to describe with fond alacrity exactly how much I am anxiously agonizing, longing to see whether she meant it when she said she felt similarly. A set of stage lights turns on. The interviewer, charming. So, I've got to ask, what is it like on the other side? Do you like it? Life after death, I mean. Or is it just same old, same old? The ghost says nothing. The interviewer, now tentative. Since your transition, have you discovered any cool new abilities? Like, can you possess stuff? Anything of that nature? The ghost says nothing. A bead of sweat streams down from the interviewer's hairline, crossing the bridge of his nose, smearing his meticulously applied makeup. The interviewer, now wounded. I thought there was a connection there between us, and you told me you felt it too, without my needing to bring it up. Did you actually like me at all, or was that a lie? The ghost says nothing. An air conditioning unit stirs from its reverie, humming a breathless tune. The interviewer, curious. So, as a non-ghost myself, I have no concept of the paranormal milieu aside from what I see in film. Can you see other ghosts or otherwise interact with them in any capacity? The ghost says nothing. A drop of musty water drips from the ceiling, shattering on the lip of a small plastic trash bin. The interviewer, more serious. Speaking of film, it's 2024, and I know we've come a long way, but I do feel I'd be compromising my journalistic integrity if I didn't bring up the still ever-present stigma surrounding all media supernatural. Do you personally feel that movies like Poltergeist and Ghostbusters unfairly give ghosts a bad rap and serve to actually perpetuate anti-supernatural stigma? The ghost says nothing. The interviewer, agitated. Were you trying to spare my feelings when you denied me any closure? You had me very vulnerable, showing an intimate side of myself that very few get to see. Was it all just a ploy to get sex? Why bother telling me that you held strong feelings for me only to bail and then, ice me out? Was it something I said? I often worry I overwhelm people once I let my walls down. My goofy, charmingly self-effacing charisma is foregone, replaced with a persona that comes across as more needy, erratic, and overeager than anything else. Was it that? It has to be something I did, right? The ghost says nothing. The interviewer, inflamed, right? The ghost says nothing. The interviewer, quavering, right? An exit light briefly flickers, flashes, and returns to its incandescent homeostasis. The interviewer, dejected. Right. A wicker chair crackles and pops with the repositioning of its seated body. The interviewer, now jocular. Asking for a friend, do all people become ghosts when they die, or are you stuck here because of something you didn't get to resolve while you were still alive? Apologies if I'm stereotyping. The ghost says nothing. A cell phone buzzes harmonically to the tune of Nirvana's All Apologies, musty perspiration dancing across its sheer glossy screen. The interviewer, smug. As a student of science, I dabbled a bit in college. I was wondering, can you make yourself tangible? Or does everything just pass through you? And if the latter, is it a funny feeling? Things passing through you? And if you're not colliding with anything in your environment, how do you not just fall through the floor? The ghost says nothing. A pair of floorboards rasp under the uneven weight of two wicker chairs. The interviewer, now hysterical. I cared about you. Shit. I still find myself caring. I care so much it hurts. And in return, you don't hold for me care enough to answer my calls? To let down your hair when I stand outside your window? 1355 Northborough Boulevard, right? I got it off your VIN. Am I not deserving of a modicum of your respect? I could have given you the fucking world. I would have. And you couldn't give me the time of day? I would have killed for you. I almost killed myself for you. I still may. I haven't quite decided yet. Is that what you want? A pound of flesh, a fucking blood tithe? My slit wrists would be on your hands. I hope you know that. I hope it torments you at night. I hope it torments you all day. I hope it screams in your ear, claws at your neck. I hope it bites your tongue. I hope it shatters your ribs, pummels your stomach, breaks your fucking jaw, burns your lips, and singes your throat. I hope it hollows out your eyes, carves out your sternum, caves in your skull. I hope you walk the earth the rest of your days in misery, driven from the ground, a fugitive and a wanderer. I hope whoever finds you hurts you worse than you've hurt me, a fate I wouldn't wish on my nemesis, you, my love, in whom I am displeased, but whom I love so deeply, to whose memory I sing at night, to whose memory I pray at night, to whose memory I cry, to whose memory I sleep, to whose memory I come, to whose memory I breathe, I bleed, and I dream. I love you so much. I don't need you to love me back, but please, just answer. A word, a sound, a nod, please, anything. The floorboards are silent. The cell phone is silent. The wicker chair is silent. The exit light is silent. The drop of musty water is silent. The air conditioning unit is silent. The bead of sweat says nothing, and an interviewer sighs, resigned. The interviewer, sardonic. If you could talk to any famous ghost from history, who would it be? And why then? The stage lights remain on. Today, I put on In Rainbows by Radiohead. It sparked my thinking about you, and I wished I was dead. Just thought I'd say hey, and how I feel really sorry for raining on what we had before it really even started. We had something good happening, riffing and rapping, but I had deluded myself on how my health I was sapping. We had stayed up all night talking about forget-me-nots and daisies, and in my days I believed that you might be the one who saves me, or at least preserves the vision of myself that I'd been chasing. Now that mirage is all but gone, up in smoke, evaporating. I chase highs, but whenever this fiend becomes manic, he provides those around him with due cause for panic. I suppose I've developed a perennial habit for taking good shows and rendering them static. Unfortunate, then, that so terribly early on my condition had on it such a bright spotlight shone. Tough talks should be for dusk. I bore my ugliness at dawn. It gave you pause enough to get up, pack your things, and move along. I prattled on in patterns, pedantic, frantic, and scattered. I bent our budding bond too far. It snapped and shattered. Now this tortured, starving artist has hardly left his apartment after taking it really hard upon realizing that you darted. I thought if not my heart, you'd be my spar, not my departed. But alas, what's the expression about beating dead horses for off they're carted? In my mind, time seldom progresses linearly. So I've remained in limbo, rewatching the play-by-play of you and me, hoping to manifest a different outcome, one I'd rather see, where I didn't lose my mind and I allowed a good thing just to be. I finally caved, followed your lead, and made an Insta page. I use it to display a comic's pain. I've heard it's all the rage. I've also eliminated residual shame around my being gay. Since you as well like guys and girls the same, I figured you may relate, or at least be happy to hear a fellow queer overcame so much self-hate. Or maybe you wouldn't be happy at all, and my reaching out would only occasion pain. Maybe while I've been mourning you, you've entirely forgotten my name. Maybe you found favor in another gallant knight or dashing dame. Maybe a list of maybes a mile long put me here in the first place. Maybe I should find solace in how you ended things in a callous way in spite of my mental state and thus do not deserve my time of day. Or maybe there's no point in reaching out because there's nothing to say, and hoping for change is futile after such interminable delay. Hosanna in the highest hinders another dogged contender, introduced to a crowded blender mixed alongside legal tender and pureed, a soiree designed expressly to forget her. Intervention impromptu post-clandestine fender bender. I cannot seem to forgive myself for snuffing out nascent cinders of fires that required only more air and no more tinder. I can't even hear you right now. My brain is splintered. 5,000 voices crowd me. I feed them bread and angler. I am a vivid painter, a magnanimous creator, wickedly talented. I am my own greatest danger. Disappointing Daedalus is my idea of adventure. Tantalizing fruit beyond my reach is what's for dinner. Where have I been? What do you mean? Why does it matter? There or here, I'm in the latter, peering into the eyes of a faggot battered and finding behind his tears only fear and fetters and tattered. I stun with panache. The world's a stage. I'm a dancer. Rose petals scatter the proscenium. I should feel so flattered. But I do not. Incapable of believing that I matter, I loathe the thought that I should desire a quick fix to get better. Why would require I any course of treatment to help me weather the rain that's precipitated my life when I've tuned out the pitter-patter? Besides, without it, who am I? Is there anything left? My ego? Shattered? Maybe on the other side, there's a kernel of something better. I suppose I can't really possibly know until after. I need only present my silvered pride on this wounded platter. White wailing, weightless, teetering, helter-skelter, out of tune, awfully off-key, keel in kilter, engine pace edging out, panting wheels, head over heels, he fell, plumb down the well, into a delightfully decadent deluge of delicious delusion. At his lowest point, he met a lovely lass, a lush in recovery, though he had recovered not from the store of sore lashings left behind by his lusciously lashed lust. He allowed love, once more to from a pouting, powdered whore's ventricular spigot spring, and out a torrent poured. And for a moment, he entirely forgot he had ever been hoisted overboard. Autumn blooms, winter wails, green looms, white wails, pink walls, house of cards, and the taste that never turns stale. In my eyes, it may as well be the main course of the whole event. I like coming to another's aid. What can I say? I'm generous. Kendrick said that last line would obviate recognition. Break these walls down with a foray of forehead kisses. Delicious. Eyes open from below provides a striking view. The staff strikes only once it knows a river's rushing through. Jet streams gently encourage the jetties to move. I'm incorrigible. What's that? You don't fancy my attitude? Come find out firsthand just what this loud mouth can do. Smooth nails on paper, skin beckoning up and back. The carry case of an arrow, tug of hair, a stifled gasp, a crumbling composure past impossible to mask. Tantalus, salvation draped just beyond her grasp. As our delicate dalliance dances toward a confident crescendo, a couple of requests before it's officially time to let go. Hold tight to this emotion, blithely joyful, unabashed. Hold tight to this ballet. It has nearly breathed its last. Hold tight to this feeling, swell endorphin tides in mass. Hold tight to this moment. All good things must one day pass. On a weekend day, midsummer, I awoke with morning lumber. Bored of rendering static memories, I endeavored to download Bumble. Eager for a silk sheet tumble, I witnessed my scruples crumble, jettisoning chivalric standards for a game of hide the cucumber. Swiping right until I find a match. All right, come on now. What's the catch? I formulate a stream of pickup lines, then pick and send a batch. We plan a date. Till then we wait. The night arrives. The mood is great. The moonbeams illuminate her animal sun-dappled gaze. As liquor pours, the quick rapport soars. We skip the film and sail full board to the gory details. We're on retail. After all, that's what all this was for. The next morn, I arose early, half dazed in a foreign place. Where are my clothes? How many shots did I take? Can't feel my face. My head's a wreck. I smell like sex. I collect my things and make to jet. But before I can, I feel a pang of steel in the heel of my neck. Here comes the shame. Am I to blame for the guilt that racks my swollen brain? Surely not. I'm not even sure I ever learned her Christian name. What the hell's in a name anyway? Don't our bodies get the final say? We're all going to die, so c'est la vie, and fuck it, seize the day. As soon as I leave, I'm right back in the red, so I curse and climb back in the bed. Maybe this time it'll ease the dread and leave something else in its stead. I fight my frown and lie face down. Life's a circus. I'm a clown. An addict, a romantic, codependent. Heavy lies the crown. Growing up, I played Mad Libs and listened to Mad Villainy. I taught myself to ad-lib and experimented lyrically. Wicked lines to break the wicked lines but make it sexy. Re-inspired at 23. In 40 years, I'll be 60. As of a week ago, I'm 25, assuming that I'm still alive and not burrowing, buried beneath the floorboards. I refuse to rest on my laurels. It's my duty to continue improving my little shop of floral flows and benedictions, Cumberbatch surely locked behind a promising young talent. Imbibes twice a day to quiet a mind impious frantic, and ain't that just the way? It's always heyday when you're on tour. Life's a parade for a soul often taciturn but nonetheless convivial, apparently. It's imperative that they keep searching for the beauty in the world, not consuming or engaging only with what the monologue is saying. Pray for me. purposefully. Personally, I'm sick of baying at the gates of a God who cannot be bothered to acknowledge my cries. A case of white lies predicated on white lies, classic. There's entendre there if you even care to read between the lines. No pressure, though. I know you're busy, and I wish not to waste your time. It's precious to me. You are precious to me. See, without you, I'm nothing. I need you to validate my art, to tell me that this vocation is worth the blood, sweat, and tears, that it is something bigger than me. To be told that I'm worthy, that these anxieties can't hurt me or touch me. Have I earned your trust? Am I trustworthy? Am I believable? Someone has to be, right? So do I command your belief? Or am I just another fiction? To my Baroque baby brother, whom I smothered in the ribs, I was going on 18. You were only 6 teenagers, both sick mortally, but old enough to know better. Then weathering each other's weather just became the status quo. It's too bad, really. And though I'm still reeling, I'm glad for you. Really, I sincerely hope it's better. Your life without me in it. Is it true that I too may be better off bereft of your presence? On whom now am I to lavish presents whene'er I'm feeling altruistic? I'm too generous for a hedonist, for an idiot, a ventriloquist. So silly it's looking back. But it's so goddamn pretty in the rear view. At least I gained some modicum of enjoyment out of it before it up and dove nose first out of the back window. That metaphor examined blurs, but I'll forever stand beside my words, for I'm a goofball with conviction. Sam Adams on the rocks, well is fine. I'm on a mission. I'm desperate for admission to a specific sphere of religion. An earnest coterie. A movable meal for souls of artists manifest who bleed ink until their canvas is properly soaked through. Workshopping whatever they deem as less a test. I'm confident. I not now pass. I'm insecure. I'm diffident. And I think you know the gaze deep into my soul through these pasteurized words until my rasterized green eyes deliver unto you new worlds. Hey, look only at the screen in front of you. Single file lines. You hear that? Sit down when the teacher's talking. I hear teaching's the best way to learn, so maybe it's time I take a turn and cut my teeth on cafeteria lunch meat. No sanitary salad option or eager lunch ladies to make ends meet daily. They work for 2 salaries, minimum wage for working overtime hourly. How cowardly the flowery, omniscient powers that be. But industry is nothing in the face of true artistry, but it's a man's world. And men want shiny things. Shiny suits and shiny cars. What a handful of windfall provides flush and shiny spades. Tip a dollar, till a seed, save a life, shade yourself under a prepaid debit card. Discover that the cover image is a royal blue Corvette, an American reimagining of a coquette show set in the pounding heart of Amsterdam. Am I proud to be an American? Am I proud to be here? I know myself, and I'm hardly proud to be me, but what is America? What is pride? Maybe I really wasn't there. I swear I was, but I suppose it doesn't matter since everything is caught on camera nowadays. I'm spiraling in circles. Don't know which way yet. Check back in a couple of days. I'll try my best to paraphrase. One day, we'll go out and play. But until I say so, don't bother me while I'm working. I refuse to multitask. I do it perfectly the first time. If I ever settled for less, I'd be beside myself. But even a wealth of perfect can never last. Perhaps that's why my boneless ass is always high. Strung out, addicted to high-strung, hopeless romances in the form of one-night stanzas to hold tightly every panned, barely laid moment before they slink away and go extinct. Or I doff the skin and I'm off again to greet sleep's shady cousin. Oh, last smothered flame, please know whene'er I'd say it's black and white to me. I refuse to try and see another way. This blue and green life is too short not to record and hoard tightly every black and blue second. When we met, I was a wreck and regretful and hardly sober, but so were you. I felt sincerely in your sighs the day we met, the fear of being, and saw it clearly in your eyes the day you left, the fear of me. Does the guilt I feel so visceral make me a criminal? Elise, you found your true heart there somewhere in the liminal, astray as well. Funny. I always thought they say non opposites repel, but maybe in hell it's backwards. Well, at least that's my conjecture. Hell, but I came not to lecture. I just thought I'd paint a picture before I fully wipe such a pretty slate clean. I thought I had already when you came heady to me in a late dream early the other morning. You looked perfectly lovely, lass. But even your perfect set in rosy glass could never last. Alas, I had to admit it before I croaked, you know. Someone had to. An inside joke on a shriving stone inscribed specially for you, but I hope you're thriving out and about, and I doubt you'll ever hear it. And besides, we shouldn't talk, these tick bites whisper in my right ear. You know it quite well, O fine bell, that the longer that I pine here in a past tense keeping thy near, the more that your presence my dreams' future eyes blear. It's a long road to a stone's throw from a sheer drop to the frontier. I don't wish for you to disappear, but I'm sick. This too you know, my dear Godot. Wait. Don't go yet. The ticking's ringing out clear. I take it back. I must abort. I like it more in this sphere. I don't want to go. I'm terrified when the floor goes. It's my fear. A bomb's about to go off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 glance is sometimes all it takes to fall in love, catch the bug, and end up choked out, sputtering on a rug Rats plays on the TV. We're not allowed to pace freely along the corridor while she's placed under in the OR. Baby sis plays operation whilst our mother's sick, inpatient. I'm impatient, gripped by the grim chance that she may very soon pass on. Meanwhile, I can't even choose to pass down the hall to unwind with a candy bar and a can of soda. I do not miss it all. Those quiet summers in Minnesota spent crying at the Mayo. I'd rather spend my funds on mustard. Colonel Custer, I trifle tithes on shiny trinkets and truffle custard. I'm a moth drawn to luster, lustful in heat, on the hunt for purple weed, blue blood, red wine, violet rain, and pink pussy. Really anything that can shush the skeleton's riding front seat. Fuck me. Don't push me when I'm pissy. Here again comes the ticking. How the fuck can you not hear it? Far too lusty, this noise. Trust me, I would never wish to share it. I can barely bear to bear it. I no longer even care if a bomb's about to go off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Life is all we get. So it ain't shit to say I wish to someday claim I'm one of the best to touch a pen and mean it. As I grip it, I feel the rush again. Mother, forgive me for your sins. A bad man, avert your gaze. His pages are a murder den. Impatient in its nascence, just imagine my amazement. CP Mays went up to me, said I'm in good company and have the thing, a chance to print in concrete, more handsome than I could ever be. I owe it to him to evolve into a titan in this artistry, and I promise on the lives of those before me that to this I'll see. The two of us were untouchable. He's Prometheus, I'm Gulliver, the bar's been raised, vaulted, or fuck off and eat your Lunchable. Been a long road from the fat kid sat lonesome in the lunchroom, drawing comfort and jotting prose and penning poems to nod his head to. When and how he let himself go, I'm not quite sure. First birthday premature, 34 and 4 ounces. What in the world are the chances that he make it for a chance at preaching freely to the masses? And did I mention that he's manic? Want a taste of what that feels like? Think that you can man it? Try drowning in 2 tabs of acid, 6 bags of shrooms, 10 shots of Jack Molasses, and just let go fucking spastic. I take the form and stretch it till it breaks my brain's elastic. I'm not grown yet, so a sure bet's every new day that passes bears upon its back's new talent. The Godhead, I just channel it and wield it to challenge candidly the status quo. The truth is what you make it, though some truths are less subjective. My star west objective is to follow my predilection past the cusp it runneth over. The end is nigh, and I'd like if I had enjoyed these moments sober, so I suppose it's time to stop. Deflection. Without deflecting, I drop the ink and plink the bullet where my mouth is. Mull it over. Don't have a cow, it's going to be awesome. Or simply awful. But at this point, I can't stop it. Even post this poem's drop. Shit, so for now, just relish the view. I heard a bomb's about to go off. 5, 4, 3, 2. Brazilian, waxing poetic. Across the silver film behind my eyes, I revisit our time together. Pawing breathlessly as grain by grain all of me seeped from your hourglass figure. Hurling glass walls at brick bottles graffitied with Exodus 14:14, I wait impatiently for something to come unglued. Until the last drop, I do not recognize the back of my own hand. I say not me, not I, for there is none like myself, triumvirate. I am the objector, the objective, and the exception. Amen. But since then, I've made quite the progression. I long for daylight and no longer find my worth in my depression. You inspired me to get over all the pitiful transgressions and be the me that people love, but only got to see in sessions. And for seasons, the reason for the changes, all the lessons that I took from your leaving. See, I made it my sole mission to, if we met again, be in a place where you'd make the election to forgive me. And thus, I trust, assuage this still obsession. Do you ever think of me? I still dream of us in the same room. Does that frighten you? Or do you find it romantic? Am I tragic? Or am I a parasite? A mite? A device to foment revulsion? Or worse, you feared me in the end. But you cared for me once. Deeply, you intimated. Really, really, quite a lot, you said. Did someone get to you? Or am I just being paranoid? I miss you. I'll say it again for the people in the back. I miss you. Funny. I hardly knew you. Funny. I think I may have loved you. Eventually. Thank you, everyone. That's my feature.
My God. I'm so
Everybody,
glad
please.
you're taping this. You recording it. I'm so glad.
Yeah, that
Good
was
grief.
one of the most amazing features, Jackson. You crushed at the performance, the list that you had set out, the journey you took us on, man. Like that was absolutely amazing. Everybody, like just wow. Like you got, I'm gonna send you the chat. I have to send you the chat stream because like, or if you got time, like scroll up and just, I mean, everyone was just mind blown, dude. That was one of the best performances. Really.
Everybody, please, if you haven't already,
I
give it up
concur.
for our feature,
Absolutely.
Jackson Riley.
Jackson,
Oh my
that was an
Absolutely.
Oh my
incredible set.
goodness.
Incredible. Wow.
You did that like this was your last performance, like your life depended on it. It was ridiculous. And it's almost like I don't even want to feature next month because I'm like, there's no freaking way. There's no freaking way. But that was beautiful, baby. Beautiful.
Dude, everything was so on top too. Like with your not only with your like your fucking cadences, but your vocabulary, your fucking you're litting it off like like rapid fire, but then you also had like this. I felt like I was watching almost like an audition reel because you had like such like body movements, like body language that add onto your poetry. That was like, holy fuck, dude! I'm like feel like I'm
Yeah,
watching a
like
movie
banging
of
his head
you.
at that part and just like
Yeah.
getting, going. And then with the interviewer, like just the performance you gave. Like I've heard some of those pieces and you read some of those pieces to me, but the performance you came with tonight was just electric, dude. Everyone, like, you gotta read the chat. We were all just electrified by that.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I tell people, poets, is that when you do your poems, commit 100%. And you did that, like with the committing with metaphors, how your fingers were moving, how you're looking on the left. It was spot on, man. And thank you for the commitment.
Thank you
I
for your
just want I want to just bounce around by saying that there was like a moment there and at one point you were like playfully dreamy and just gave me some like serious Buddy Wakefield vibes, but then you like flip the switch and you're like, I don't know, just dead ass with it. And it's just, it's just like a nice little showcase of the range that you have as as a performer, as a writer, and I couldn't have asked for a better showcase of your talents, of your work, I feel. Um, and this is why I give you like at least a half hour. This is why this is why we promote at least a half hour features for people who are featuring here because this is a chance for them to just let it all out. And wow, the way you constructed that set tonight was it was just so beautifully interwoven. And I appreciate the artistry of the set construction and the delivery of it. One more time, my people, please give it up for Jackson Riley.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Jackson.
Bruh, bruh.
Beautiful.
All right, man. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Jackson Riley's got range like Steph Curry, man. I'm telling you, he'll hit him from deep.
Infinite.
With that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. We got a second half to this show of the recorded half, I should say. With that said, I'm gonna be reposting that because things get lost in the shuffle in the group chat. With that said, on deck we got Nadia, but stepping up to the plates, kicking things off here. Please give it up for Stephanie Vance. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
I think it's pretty rude that I have to follow that. So thank you to
Oh, you gotta
the
just
poetry gods for that one. God damn. Okay. I have new shit. I don't know how much sense it's gonna make because it's a follow-up to a poem I wrote a few years ago, called Magic. And if you want to read it, you can read it in my book. Ha ha ha. But I felt inspired to write kind of a follow-up to it. And it's called Magic 2, as in magic, comma, TOO. I heard a bird singing my name. And even though I still hate birds, I can no longer deny the beauty in their song. Still, I wonder why I can hear it at all. Blessed to be cursed, or is it reversed? Whichever way you slice it, I'm still up at night with more questions than there are answers. Why can't I forget? I just want to forget my magic. It haunts me. It exists to torment me. Don't leave me to my own devices. Pay the price. It's a punishment inflicted by I don't even know who, and I don't even know how, and I cannot overstate the degree to which I do not know what I am doing, but I tell you I am magic. And you do not know what I mean. So how about this? What is magic, if not a wish come true? My magic, these fingertips reaching through the abyss, grasping in the dark for someone who recognizes magic when they see it. Maybe that's all it would take. Maybe is all that I have, but maybe for now, maybe is enough. Afraid to speak it lest it turn to dust. The promise that I am suited for more than bearing witness alone. I have no reason to believe other than I have to for my own sanity, if you can call it that. No reason to believe save that it saves me to imagine, but does it turn into a blessing or just a more crowded curse? Should I have kept it to myself altogether? This weather is making me crazy. Yeah, that's it. The weather. Season of the witch, come play at magic with me, cast a spell if you dare, hold its power in your hands. You did not ask for this, but you have it now. Now you are just like me, for better and worse. You are magic too. Poem.
With that said, oh, okay, cool. This thing is on. Everybody, please give it up for Stephanie Vance at this time.
Woo! Yes, Stephanie.
Yo, she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna follow that. You kept the energy going. We got like a whole, yeah, there's like an extension of the feature, but from your perspective, like you brought it. Oh, it was wonderful. What was it? One of the lines that stuck out to me was like, my own sanity, or I gotta do this for my own sanity, if you can call it that. Like, what? That was dope.
And you say you got this book published. I'm gonna be trying to look into it. You got that like
Yeah,
listed on
post
your
some links.
Instagram?
We gotta get some links. People want to
I'm
buy
gonna
that.
bookmark that, and when I get paid on Wednesday, I'm gonna purchase that because hell yeah. Oh, cool. So with that said, that link has just been posted. Bookmark it and purchase it because we like to establish a sense of community, and part of that is supporting each other and what we do. With that said, thank you, Stephanie, for what you do and for sharing what you're sharing. Keep doing what you're doing. Right on. So with that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. On deck, we got Cora Gray, but step up to the plate now. Please give it up for Nadia. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hi, thanks, Dre. I'm going to be sharing two poems. The first one is from yesterday's workshop, and then another one is kind of introducing me and who I am, but also where I come from. Okay, so the first one is Mother Gaia's Love Potion. Magic weaves through the air we breathe. Abundance flows, there's more than enough to bequeath. Mother Gaia is our Earth Mother, ready to share divine love, to fill the hearts of all beings from below and above. Deep within her heart's sacred core, the potion of unconditional love begins to pour. The base is made of boundless grace, unconditional love for every soul in every space. The key ingredients are bathed in love, soaking deeply as if in a bathroom tub, adding in petals of altruism, encouraging well-being of others in every space or prism. Justice blends into the sacred brew, soothing conflicts both old and new. Peace can begin to seep into every heart, offering freedom where troubles depart. Empathy, the thread that binds, cherishes the smallest, most humble minds. When we hold space for those near and far, we reflect love's beauty, a radiant star. Empathy is essential for all. Every being deserves this, no matter how small. When beings hold space for others around, more beauty and love can be found. This creation, pure and above, speaks to the essence of unconditional love. Where plants, animals, and humans stand, each life is honored by Mother Gaia's heart and hand. Poem. Okay, so the next one I call Colombiana. That is where I'm from. Okay. I am proud to hail from South America's soil, though now I live where northern borders coil. My roots run deep within my veins. Ancestral traits and strength still remain. I honor the sacrifice my ancestors and First Mother made, including my ancestors, each enduring colonization's blade. For centuries, genocide scarred native lands, yet they withstood the colonizers' demands. The strength and spirit of those before live on today in art and more. From clothing to dance to history's halls, those who suffered rise beyond their burial walls. Each generation holds a piece of the past, honoring traditions that forever last, with new ways to plant their seeds anew, forgiving wounds, but never losing view. Though scars remain, the pride is bright, a fire that burns through the darkest night. In every song, story, and name, the legacy survives, unbroken by shame. Poem.
I really appreciate what you had to share there. For real. Everybody, please unmute. Show your love for Nadia at this time.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Woo,
Nadia.
yeah, Nadia.
Thank you.
And keep coming back on Thursdays and we'll keep whipping them poems out. Yeah.
Yes, please keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, those were two really enjoyable pieces. Please keep bringing that energy here to the Open Minds universe. One more time, give it up for Nadia.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to keep this momentum rolling. With that said, on deck, we got Mavi Hendricks, but stepping up to the plate now, please give it up for Cora Gray. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Everyone's so great. I almost lost you guys there for a second, but can you guys, you can hear me, right? Okay, I thought I lost internet for a sec. I'm gonna read a bit of an old one, but I just got fresh prints out, so might as well. I'm torn between two. Sorry. Let's read Dreamer. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. Collections of memories fighting for control of this body, clamoring toward the pilot's seat. The driver resets while I sleep. Who am I when I dream? Who is that woman, that lucid awareness dancing with monks climbing Siberian mountains to plant hibiscus upon peaks? Who is the dreamer watching her? Another disguise, another shard flung far from a shattered self. I don't recognize these hands writing. Only the voice of a pen describes me, collections of memory churning out from insecurity, instability, and inability to be free from this body that is not me. Who holds the key? Whose heavy footsteps walk through my corridors lined with prison chambers filled with empty space and flickers of candlelight? A single cough, invisible between rattling chains, void of flesh. Only space remains. Who walks beside them, watching, mocking the silence? I don't recognize these limbs. I don't understand why this flesh is the way that it is. Collections of stranded cells crawling like beetles, burrowing beneath the skin, burrowing like blood clots, blundering through veins, aging, getting pale, thin. How can this be me? What madness drives the spark of locomotion, controlling stacks of tissue disseminating from a variety of gangrene microorganisms crawling? What persistent electricity piloting this dreadful thing that is not me? I do not recognize these thoughts, such possessions, particles of person, collections, libraries of memories, stacks of selves that have been torn asunder, spines ripped, adhesive, split. What then holds me together? Is it not inconsistency of lyrics sung from a songbook, the intruding imagery beckoning like the spirits of flat notes fallen from the highest register? What commands me like a conductor orchestrating infinity? I do not recognize this incarnation of intelligence casting roles, plastering false portraits upon a false world of promises. Which shard of my soul and shadow will brandish this temple with their elegies, lamentations scribbled out with stardust stolen from galaxies? Heavens, grant mercy. Strike down this intolerable experience, embodied madness, this collection of tombstones waiting to be etched, to be forgotten by memories, rewriting memories. Who am I when I dream? I do not recognize these dreams. Past, present, future, these are not me. I do not recognize this inescapable mirror reflecting what the eyes gather, the patterns of personalities festering from gray matter, that wretched, wrinkled, knotted, restless meanderer. Who plods through the corridor, turning keys of this cello cell, undulating off-key? How the strings reverberate against all chance of peace and solidarity. Who? I ask, who strums these chords so recklessly? Leave me be, give me peace, leave me be, let me be free of this aberration of collection, this horrid memory chasm, feigning deathless physique. Wake me, wake me, wake me. Endless dreaming, please send me back into my endless sleep. Calm.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds bright.
Everybody, please give it up
Yeah.
for Cora Gray at this time. Damn.
Woo!
Oh, dope. As always.
Wow, Cora was awesome.
Thank you always for sharing. Wow. I'm glad we got that recorded. Now back to laundry. I feel that vibe. Sometimes life be like that. But I do appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in and share what they have to share. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you, Cora. So with that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. On deck, we got China Bloodmeyer. I'm looking forward to hearing from her. But right now at this time, please give it for Mayvi Hendricks. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hello. So I did a little piece when I was in C's workshop. I don't really write poetry, so decided to do the thing with the music. It was a dark and stormy night. The fireflies in my lantern were bouncing up and down for light. The dark path before me was laden full of pitfalls and traps of life, that even a joker's grin would turn upside down at the obstacles laid around. A menacing spiderweb of deceit was whispering softly from a dark, shadowy tree just a few yards up in front of me. Lightning cracked its roar, and I continued further down the path, trying to reach the locked door of the castle known for its dreaded mundane routines that felt like Mondays 7 days a week. I sought to get to the heart of the castle so I could stop the chanting coming from alarm clocks that interrupted my much-needed sleep. As I reached for the doorknob, an interruption came from the center of the courtyard, a loud voice saying, "Halt! I know it might be a day for pay," says a clown while laughing, "but your contribution to our function must be drained from every hour you have slaved on your way to your future grave." I reached in my pocket and pulled out a pin and popped a balloon floating toward me from his broken mouth grin. Then I opened the door, and on the floor was a box. It had a crank. I dared to ignore it, but it whispered above said, "Please try me." As I approached the box, I started to hear faintly in the back behind the walls, ringing and buzzing. They must be the alarm clocks I have sought for this long. I grabbed the crank and gave it a turn, and a spring-loaded sea Santos jumped out and spoke up and said, "It's time's up," pens down with a frown.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I thought you was finished. Go ahead, sweetie.
I am
What were you
done.
done?
Oh, that one's done.
Why did you say you don't write, you don't spit or whatever? That was gorgeous.
Well, I write songs. I'm a lyricist.
Yeah, he writes songs. He doesn't do spoken word very often. He usually sings.
That was wonderful.
Right?
That was wonderful. I've never heard
That
anything
came out at
like that
Thursday's
before.
workshop too yesterday. That was cool.
Wait, were you done, or do you have one more? I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
If we're gonna do round two, I have another one, but if not, I could do it now.
Oh, we'll do a round two. I was just making sure.
Yeah. I'm done with that. Yeah, because the other one I have is kind of long, and it's like 7 minutes, so I'll just wait till the next.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you just presented here. Everybody, please get it for Mavi Hendricks.
Mavi, it was a pleasure hearing you. This is the first time. I'm sorry, I got excited.
Oh no,
when I heard you, so I couldn't contain myself.
No, it's perfect timing.
Oh, Erica, y'all need to do some music together. It just you reading spoken word over him playing the guitar, like y'all could sync up. Oh,
well, when I do my next piece, you're welcome. Anyone's welcome to join in and throw on top of it because it's gonna be a long instrumental.
Excellent.
Oh. So whoever's gonna be after in the after hours, after round one is done, we're gonna stop recording. Then pretty much just kind of chill and vibe right here in the Zoom room. So stay tuned for that. But we got ourselves a couple more poets before we get to that point. So stay tuned for that. We got 3 more. So with that said, on deck we got LKN. But stepping up to the plate now, please give it up for China Bloodmeyer. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Hey y'all. Oh God. So I'm gonna do some, hi Thomas. Don't make me, oh my God, Jesus. Okay, maybe this kind of matches the energy, right? So this piece right here is called After 2 a.m. It's after 2 a.m. I have yet to put down my pen. Writing about you is time well spent, a song that never ends. From the moment I heard you, I was impressed. Your wordplay is complex, hard to swallow, harder to digest. Doubled over with the way you would express entendres in your pieces. They became my favorite to dissect. Riddled between your lines, my inspiration was left erect. I needed more of you, like daily supplements. But how exactly do you step to a goddess? From the moment I saw you, I just knew I was gonna slide in them DMs. Wanted to search and see if we had anything in common, and saw we had a few mutuals, and my thoughts drifted to what if she got a girlfriend? And one thing I'd never do is offend or play pretend in another lioness's den. But that was quickly cleared up, so now I'm on a mission. She's single, so I'ma shoot my shot like Scottie Pippen. And then I clicked on her profile pic. My mind went blank. Damn, this would be a beautiful mix. What the hell do I say to a woman like this? A woman who doesn't know that I exist. Anxiety trickled in. How do I approach? Where do I begin? Hi, my name is Chai. Would you be down for a writing session? I've had your pieces on repeat. I've been listening. Your words just do something to me. My gears are spinning. What's your favorite food? Your favorite color? You like dancing to Tim's? Fingers racing just to hit backspace again and again and again. I've thought about you in ways that I shouldn't, and I'm sorry I just couldn't bring myself to forget you. How do I feel so connected to someone who doesn't notice me? Right across the room. I want to spoil her and buy her mad food. Man, this sounds so lame, but she is so damn cool. Like the other side of the pillow, I want to lay on her boobs. But I haven't found the courage to say any of this to you. So I grabbed my pen instead and scribbled down, I want to be more than friends. But that's where I want to start. If you would allow me the chance to steal your heart. So yeah, that's a different type of China blood mire right there. Because I have to be at work at friggin' 6:30 in the morning clocking in, I'm gonna do this short ass piece called Backyard Blues, and then I'm gonna run off into the sunset. That was some lovey-dovey shit. Y'all are never gonna hear something like
I
that
know. I
ever
was like,
again. So
what? Like,
don't ever get hyped for that, okay? That's a sneak peek of it.
that was
Don't ever
so
get
good
hyped
though.
for that.
That was good though. I know it's out
Thank
of
you.
your range, but you nailed that shit.
That's a sneak peek for my next book called Manifesting Her. But I'm just gonna hush. This is called Backyard Blues. We're gonna get back to regular China, and I'm gonna shut up. What do you do when they no longer congratulate you? No more back pats and I'm proud of yous? What do you do when the world grows quiet and you're the only one rooting for you? When they get tired of seeing you win? When they would do anything to make sure you won't smile ever again? What do you do after the slick remarks and the constant disregard of how you got this far? The hard work done in the dark. You bury them in your front yard or back, wherever you have space. Take a comfy seat at your fireplace and continue to storytell with a smile on your face. Sip your chai tea, think back to the fact that I've been here for centuries, living humbly, off the beauty sleep, provided knowing that my opposition is buried deep. And yet, I'm still fearful of my greatness. I grew addicted to making bitches nameless because I can't fake it till I make it. Wherever I go, my energy is meant to shake shit, or a flex to shapeshift to leave motherfuckers faceless. So please, take heed. All I aspire to be is a humble deity, chilling on the tongue of man by a means of literature and various stories that tend to get gory. Signed, Chai B, with the liquid of my enemies. And that's peace, y'all. I'm hush now.
Well, everybody, please get it for China Bloodmeyer at this time.
Woo!
Wow. Wow.
Fire as always. Oh, I'm
But
excited to see the new book too.
But before you run off, you do have an announcement to make. I believe we have something going on Sunday, October 27th, here in the Zoom room. Would you care to elaborate? After all, this is your child project here.
Right? Okay. So October 27th, Sunday, October 27th is going to be my first ever slam. It's called Go for Blood. It's going to be hosted by me, on this lovely platform, and we're gonna. I don't know where I'm pointing because I'm like
Yeah.
in a corner down here somewhere. But listen, Thomas and Dre will obviously be there. Go for Blood. How can I describe this? This is a paid slam where only 12 poets are competing. 5 judges are quote unquote pre-picked, is what I want to say. They are, I want to critically acclaimed judges who are great at what they do and they love what they do. They're passionate about what they do. And this slam is going to be intense. I want to say it's a brutal slam. It's for people who love their pens, for people who have always been in love with their pens, for people who use their pens in various ways. And
Do you mind
you
if
would
I
you
give them like a sneak peek
yeah,
behind the
look,
scenes
see, like
to
this just put me
document
on the
it?
spot. I'm like, dee, dee, dee. I'm
Yeah.
like,
All right.
figure it out. So yeah, no, go ahead.
So this, yeah, it's gonna be real. Check this out, y'all. What the slam represents. Here's the event breakdown, right? The judges, the structure of it. Round one, 13 poets head to the stage, right? Slam. It's going. They gotta have it memorized. Like it's gonna be to the point where I can't give away the ending. I don't want to scroll down too far. Here's the payment fee, right? $33.33 for performers. And there's 12. It's gonna be starting at 5 p.m. The sacrifice is set the stage, and yeah, it's dope. We got this thing lined up. We're gonna be promoting it. We're getting the rest of the promotions up now. So if you guys want to get involved, let us know. $33.33. Winner takes all. Go for Blood. It's gonna be like not your I'm out here to slam to slam. No, this isn't the slam jam where we working on stuff. No, this is Go for Blood. China Bloodmeyer. We out there trying to make a slam that you like. Yeah, you better bring it, is what we saying.
And in other words, it's not just an event, as I'm reading from that same description. It's a ritual, a bloodletting where words carry as much weight as weapons. It's about taking ownership of the pain, passion, and darkness inside and transforming it into power on the stage. Poets will need to be more than brave. They'll need to be relentless. And they'll need to be wrong.
Yeah, so it's like
Go for Blood. Check it out. It's gonna be dope.
I want to say, think of like a because I'm a nerd, Tekken tournament, but poetry. And
yeah.
that's just how I am, just Tekken. And yeah, just do it up. Or Soul Calibur, because that shit's lit too. So yeah, I'm a hush
Or
now.
Mortal Kombat.
See, all of those.
Yeah. Think of that in a slam competition. $33.33. The promotions will be out soon, October 27th. Y'all get ready. Go for Blood.
With that said, we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. So we got 3 more poets. On deck we got Erica Floyd. Let's step into the plate now. I apologize in advance if I mess up your name. Is it Lacan?
Yeah.
Yes! Everybody please get it for Lacan at this time.
Hello everyone. Hey, you know what? That's good for first try. That was good. Thank you, Dre, for giving your best there. And it's my first time in this platform. So magandang umaga, good morning, a beautiful morning to everyone. That's how we greet in the Philippines. So magandang umaga or a beautiful morning. It's always beautiful, like a beautiful evening, a beautiful noon. So it's morning here. It is 8:59 a.m. here in Manila, and I'm Lacan, and I'm from Pilipinas or the Philippines. So Jackson, oh my God, dude, you were so I am so happy that I got to see your set. So and my alarm on my phone went up. Okay, so only have one poem for today. And I'm not sure if this space uses content warning. Does it?
Yeah, we'd like to, so just in case, somebody doesn't, but it's
Okay.
it's not required, like, hopefully it's not
No.
anything too crazy, but I know
Well,
she said.
okay. It can be a bit crazy. Okay. No, but I do have a content warning in this piece. This piece comes from my book that will be released on October 23rd of this month. The title of the book is When Stars Are Traitors. And it is my story. I am a rape survivor, and usually sexual assault to male victims are often shushed. And it's time to tell our stories. And this is mine. The title of the poem is Don't Dare Clap at the End. Let me repeat the title. Don't Dare Clap at the End. My rape wants to scream, but my throat has been mute. Stuck on June 10, 2017. All I have now is a shush, modulated by a choke. I've been trained to vocalize. Why? 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 It holds my anger like a nostalgia. The times more quiet than the moans each of my rapists made. They had a raid of my veins to sound like a symphony. I was begging them to halt. Stop. 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 I've been stopping my jaw to belt the naked hours they've shoved my age. Stripped to be striped like a staccato, running to backslide my ruin. Help. 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 The memories coach me to practice for 4 hours how to squeeze anger and turn it to a reminder to turn and turn and turn like a rehearsal of lying. Hush, 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 hush. Trauma doesn't rush. They torture my chest with a saliva full vibrato, tingling, trickling, tricking me to believe I'll be rescued somewhere, somehow. How? 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 Howling is strained by fine-tuning my whys, like a lullaby that lulls a goodbye of the timbre of my tears, unharmonizing plea. Please. 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 They're pleased with my arpeggio of pain, how they conducted their batons on each hole they can run their keys on, like a capriccio to steal God. 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 An unholy taciturn, tasting turns in my loss. I'm lost. To sing the nothingness left in my hall, hollowed, a phonic of the justice of shouting, I've been raped. Survivors like me are left with this musical of mumbling in rooms like this one, to pretend we are the sonorous opuses of chanting in chorus, Trigger warning! I wish rape also had a trigger warning.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thank you for coming through and sharing that. And for people who might not know you, can you tell us a little about yourself and what you do in the poetry world?
Oh, um, I, I when pandemic started, I was going crazy because I needed to find people who I can who I can listen to and also I can talk to. And during the course of pandemic, I found people who are like me, broken like me, and we formed something called the Poetry Global Network, and it's a UK registered incorporation of poets, and we have shows, we have publication, we have publishing house, we have um, we have a school um, to help out poets also to hone their skills and um, bridging the gaps between stage, page, slam, the street. Because I'm a busker also. I busk for hours in the streets doing poetry. And yeah, um, no to censorship, no to this high mighty halls of intellectualism. Um, Poetry is open to all, everyone. So um, wow, mixed emotions, man. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for giving me the space and for creating this space for everyone.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for coming through and being so vulnerable with a piece like that too, man. Like, we really appreciate the work that you do, and you know, thank you so much for doing the PGN. I remember you guys did the anthology feature here too. It's great. You guys are doing such great work with that. Yeah, just keep doing your thing, man. Like, thank you so much for sharing tonight, man. We
I
love you.
just wanted to give you um, just a formal invitation to all of our events here under the Open Minds umbrella. If you just follow us on Instagram at Open Minds Open
Yeah,
Mic,
yeah.
there's bound to be flyers for our weekly events, and we appreciate uh, what you do and how you do. Um, and I'm just thankful to be able to listen to you finally. Here we go.
It's such a
Lacan,
much needed
everybody.
piece too. Like,
Should
give it up.
we should we be giving him an open minds welcome? This is
Oh,
his
well, no,
first
but he
time on the
has been here before.
platform.
He
Oh
just forgot
yeah.
about it. But it's an introduction to everybody here. So, everybody, if you could do me a favor, unmute yourselves and give a big open mind, open heart, open arm welcome to Lacan.
Hey,
Yeah.
Welcome.
okay,
Glad to
Thank you
have
for
you
being
here.
here.
welcome.
Welcome home.
You're welcome, home, brother.
This gets me all bubbly inside.
Welcome.
I love this place. And we're gonna keep this shindig rolling. That said, we got two more poets for the, I guess you could say round one. After round one, we'll go into the after hours where we'll stop recording and we'll figure it out from there. With that said, on deck is yours truly. How you doing? But step up to the plate now. Please give it up for Erica Floyd. Unmute and take it away when you are ready.
Intrigued by you, the mystique. What makes you so unique in comparison to past suitors? Must be on guard to not appear weak, yet cautious in my stupor, so I consider drawing from childhood activity the simplicity of making time to play, to fill the void. Hence, my goal is to slay, proclaiming your secrets destroyed, having you bear all. I must get to the bottom of this, since why is the question as to your apparition filling my head often. Solving for X is my mission, So school shall now begin, touching on art, math, and anatomy, just to name a few. Considering my methods are elementary. To begin, there'll be no rules to stay within the lines. Yet I'll trace your physique from lips to hips to spine. Canvas worth mounting hieroglyphic in design. With your permission, if I'm so inclined to finger paint as I go, nice and slow phalanges, trailing patterns, high and low, eliciting tremors beneath my hands. Breathy moans that liken to school bands, just getting up my nerve to explore dips, creases, and curves, encountering paths of discovery. No bands to the derivative of your history. With each caress of your flesh, I'll solve yet another mystery, awarding me echoes of ecstasy followed by a pause, just because I wanted to test the strength of your resolve. You've exceeded my expectations, unveiling all. So with a final kiss, I declare a recess before I render class dismissed. Poem.
Oh, that was spicy. Everybody, please give it up for Erica Floyd at this time.
Brooklyn.
Yo, I love her
Awesome.
voice and delivery. It's just like, oh, it's so. I was trying to describe like your voice is just like so, it's so smooth that it's like smoother than like velvet rubbing on silk, melting into honey. Like there's no way to describe it. Like your voice is the smoothest thing I've ever heard. Like beautiful stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm.
I have an appreciation for you guys as well. You guys sound like y'all have a radio background, Thomas and Dre. So
No, I
I
actually
appreciate
just
y'all.
started doing this like 3 years ago.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Okay,
started writing
okay.
poetry like 3 years ago too. I did a little bit when I was a teen and was like. Read an old poetry at an open mic online, and my wife goes, "You need to do this every Friday." And we did, and then the rest be told.
So cool. Appreciate the space, fellas. And everyone else, you guys were fire. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hey, appreciate you. And if all y'all are enjoying that voice of Erica Floyd's, stay tuned for November 1st. On that edition of Open Minds, Open Mic, we'll be getting a feature out of Erica Floyd, so stay tuned for that. The honey's gonna drip. With that said, woo! We're down to our last poet of this shindig for round one. So I guess at this point, give it up for your host for tonight's action, me. Woo!
Give it up for
Yay!
Dre Reyes. Yeah. Bruh, bruh, bruh.
An
It's
awesome
me.
night. Glad to be here.
It's been great to be sharing space with all y'all tonight. As I see Incompletes in the house tonight and also in the house tomorrow at 5 p.m. in this very Zoom room because Slam Jam's going to be bringing another edition of Slam Workshop and Open Mic Action. So if you want to get down with some Slam Jam shenanigans, stay tuned in this very Zoom room tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we'll be having Incomplete. Um, just providing a wonderful set of poetry and also some perspective, feedbacks and whatnot for poets participating in Slam Workshop. If you haven't been to a show, come join a Slam Jam fam tomorrow. You'll find out. Anyway, I got, I think, 2 pieces for y'all. Yeah, 2 pieces. So this first piece here, I haven't read at any Open Minds show. I just debuted it last night on New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'll admit, it's stupid. It's one of those pieces that will make people leave the room because it's not poetry, but whatever.
He ends out the night with that shit, trying to clear the room with a dumb poem. I love you, Dre.
Yeah, but this is a piece where I like kind of took on the perspective of Stone Cold Steve Austin and defending like pineapple on pizza. So if you're familiar with Stone Cold Steve Austin and sometimes how there's like a what in his cadence, like there's like those brief moments where people say what in his promos, then you understand the rhythm of this piece. So without further ado, here's the stone cold truth about pineapple on pizza. What? 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 You never had pineapple on pizza before? Pineapple on pizza! You've never had it before? You've never tried it? Not even one bite? How come? Don't think that it works? Don't think that it tastes good? That it sucks? That it's an atrocity? Why you think that? I want to know why. Because some jackass who never tried it told you? And you bought that lie. You sold out to ignorance. You were bamboozled, hoodwinked, completely misled, terribly informed. Pineapple goes well on pizza. I said on pizza. Oh, hell yeah. Pineapple on ham, pineapple and pepperoni, pineapple and chicken, pineapple and jalapenos. Pineapple belongs on pizza. The first time I had pineapple on pizza, I didn't stop at just one slice. Uh-oh, someone just left and now it's joining back in. Just gives me a chance to breathe.
Hey,
I
I
didn't
had
just
him.
stop at just one slice. So I had another, and another slice, and another slice, and then I had a beer, 2 beers, a shot of tequila, a third beer, another slice, and another, and another, and another. And before I knew it, I had opened a whole case of whip ass on that entire sumbitch pizza. You haven't lived until you've tried pineapple on pizza. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand me? Stabby, do you get it? Whether you get it or you don't, pineapple belongs on pizza. And if you cannot accept the fact of life, I'll drop you on that stack of dimes you call a neck, and that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Poem. I only made 2
Absolutely.
people leave.
Yeah, but
I
then
only
one
made
came
2 people
back.
leave on that
Jackson
one.
must have dropped. He came back. So you only lost one. You did all right.
Let's see how many people I'm gonna lose with this one. Maybe.
And
I
y'all
don't
remember,
know.
this isn't the end of the show. It's just the end of the recording after him too. We're gonna be doing more art and music. So
I'm just a natural repellent.
no,
Anyway.
you.
Oh, Incomplete had to clock back in. Oh shit. Well, I do appreciate Incomplete coming in to take a little bit of time to tune in. It was awesome to be able to promote what's going on tomorrow. Stay tuned to see what Incomplete has in store for tomorrow. Anyway, I'm just going to preface this with a sad note. During this open mic, I found out that my first grade art teacher died. and she was one of the first people who kind of got me artistically driven. So I didn't have time to write anything because of the short notice, but I felt nostalgic. So I'm going back here for this piece, kind of going back to yeah, I loved watching Hey Arnold's as a kid, and that was like one of my safe zones as a kid. So here's Pigeon Man writes to Arnold's. For years I've dried the tears of many birds, not just pigeons. I have a spiritual bond with nature's aviators. They understand me, and I understand them. It's people I can't understand. Humanity has bit too much off more than it can chew from Mother Nature's eternally sacrificing and giving hands. It hurts me to see the way hurts people hurt each other, the way hurts people, the way we all hurt. It's a shame how the rest of the planet suffers because of so much hurt. Humanity needs to learn and apply the lesson of turning negatives into positives, as opposed to combating negatives with negatives, but I digress. As I flew towards the sun, it felt as if I was chasing the horizon forever. Arnold, life is so much different when your head is in the clouds. Everything feels so much smaller. You, me, the troubles we face, the world, and everything in it. Despite of all the things I've seen, the places I've been to, the birds I've befriended, I haven't been able to meet another Arnold. Your kindness is a mighty flame that brings warmth and light to anyone who comes close enough. Empathy is an ability that is becoming lost in time, and my time is coming to an end. Arnold, don't be sad. I'm a man whose head is in the clouds, but you have time on your side to be the link that binds human and bird together. Never give up, trust your instincts, and reach for the sky. I miss you. Warm regards, Vincent. P.S. Always wash your berries before eating them and fly towards the sun. Poem.
Everybody
Thank you.
unmute yourselves and give it up for the host of tonight's Open Minds Open Mic, Dre Reyes.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey. Yeah, Dre.
When you do your voices, you transform. It's magical.
Thank you.
Definite. You guys, I'm gonna bid you good night. I was supposed to support someone else at 9 o'clock, but I didn't want to leave. I enjoyed this. I really did. This was a show
Well,
for
thanks
real.
for selling someone out for us, yo. Like, much love
Yeah.
and respect for that one.
It's hard to be everything to
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, exactly, right?
It's hard. It's like when my 4 children were small, I could not split myself up into 4 different people. It was crazy. Anyway, love you guys. You be safe.
You too.
And thank you for the platform. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome here
No,
anytime. We
thank
do this
you.
every night.
I appreciate you, Erica, and we appreciate everybody here present and earlier who were a part of this wonderful episode of Open Minds, Open Mic. It's not possible. Like these shows aren't possible without people like you. So we thank all y'all. Everybody here brings a little something here to the stew. It takes a lot to make a stew, and damn it, this was one hearty motherfucker from top to bottom. big shout out to everybody from maybe from the top of the list down to the bottom to our feature tonight and Jackson Riley. Um, these are these nights that help revitalize a tired
Yeah,
soul.
Jackson,
And
that feature,
thank you.
amazing, bro. One of the greatest performances I've seen from you. Like I've heard most of those pieces. Some of them were new to me, but I've heard most of those pieces, like just kind of read, willy nilly. But like you really perform them. Like Lacan said, you gave it 100%. Like I don't think you could have done a better performance, even if you sat back and watched the tape and reviewed it and really tried it. Like you fucking nailed it. The whole thing, the way like even like it sounded like you were just kind of talking in between songs almost, and it was like it was an intro leading, but it was the poem and like just the little subtleties that you put. Like it was fabulous performance, man. Thank you again so much. And make sure you guys check out Jackson Riley every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Come As You Are. You heard it here. There was like I spit a poem from there. I think we had what, two, three more other people do a poem from that we wrote yesterday. So y'all gotta come check out the show so you have fresh material every Friday. It's fun, right? So yeah, thank you again so much, Jackson. Thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna go into round two after the recording stops and have some more fun. So Dre, if you'd like to close us out.
Before we finish up this recording, I just want to remind everybody that we'll be here in this very Zoom room um, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Incomplete with the Slam Jam. And if all y'all aren't following what's happening, follow us on Instagram at Open Minds Open Mic or at the One Slam Jam. Check us out on also on YouTube, because all these shows that we see here are gonna be on YouTube. So check us out on Open Minds Open Mic there as well. So that said, this concludes yet another awesome evening of action. Until next time, please keep writing and please keep loving. Peace and love to y'all, and have a great night.